Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. So right now I'm going to show you some of the Christmas decorations that I made myself over November and December, and it's a little bit late posting it, but you could always start really early for next year, and maybe you could even get some of the stuff cheaper while they're selling it out right now. I got a lot of stuff at Dollar Store, some of it at Michael's, so some are cheap, some are not so cheap, but a few different ideas of what I did to decorate my house this season. Hope you enjoy! Okay, so this one, oh, there's my little kitty Callie, one of them anyways. This stuff obviously is just decorations, not stuff I made, except for a couple of those ornaments. I filled those empty plastic ornaments with some beads to make some silver ornaments to shiny for my tree, and some flowers I got from the dollar store, put them in pots to just add some color. I went pretty basic for colors. I wanted to stay mostly black and red with a little bit of silver and white, obviously. So this is the little village I made. I got some snow from Michael's and some trees and some of the little village pieces. And I glued them down to a board. As long as they weren't light up, then I didn't glue them down. Those ones are from the Purdy's, the chocolate store. It's an advent calendar, and I filled them with chocolates and put those together and added those for my kids so they could do the little advent calendar. And then I've got the little spinny light in the center to make lighted snowflakes on my ceiling. So I always wanted to do a little Christmas scene village, and I think it turned out pretty well, even though that light doesn't go with the whole shebang, but it's pretty, and I had had to have somewhere to put it, so there you go. That's what I did. This I made with a board again at Michael's, and I got some, well, I had some yarn already. I bought the little clothes pegs at the dollar store, and I just hot glued everything on, and then I'm gonna hang the Christmas cards on it, so it's gonna be a Christmas card display. These I made all from the dollar store, got ornaments and pine cones and flowers, and cut all the little pieces I needed, and got some hot glue and just glued them onto the frame just to make a little decoration. I didn't want to put a picture behind it. I thought it was pretty just the way it was. So I just got a little extra decor to hang on my wall that way. I made 2 of them. There's the other one. And with the flowers, I could just stick them through those handy holes on the frames and fold it in to give it a little bit more strength for holding it down. So this I found at the Dollar Tree, a little candy cane wire shape, and then I just took some yarn and wrapped it around as far as I wanted to make the stripe, and then switched colors and just tied the ends to make everything stay on. This one I think I got mostly from Michael's, the little twigs and wreaths that they have pre-made there, and I just stuck everything through and either tied it or glued it on, and I think the bird has a clip on it, so super easy to do. Just decide what sort of colors and decor you want and put it together in an order you want, and you're done. No problems there. This one is a wreath that I made with yarn pom-poms, and I got the little Merry Christmas sign at the dollar store. So it's one of those wire wreaths again, and I just made the pom-poms, and with the ties I left a little extra yarn on the ends so I could tie them onto the wreath, and I tied all the ones that I wanted on there to fill it in. And if you don't know how to make a pom-pom, then I'll show you a quick and easy little way I did it. I took my yarn, I tried to find the end here, and you'll see in a second that I got the wrong piece that somehow I wrapped around just an extra little bit. So I just hold it in the palm of my hand to start, and get my thumb on to get it going so it doesn't slip at first. And then I wrap and wrap and wrap and wrap. Well, my hands are pretty small. You can see I came to the end of that piece there, so I just started again. It doesn't really matter because I'm gonna cut it in the end anyway, so I just wrapped more. And I kept going. I counted to about 50 for these size of pom-poms. And of course you can do any color, so you know, I might make one with more Easter colors or more Halloween colors in the future. They're pretty quick, pretty easy. It is a little bit hard to get them to stick together without the yarn pieces falling out if you don't get it tight enough. So I wrapped as many times as I wanted. I kept it together as best I could while pulling it off. You don't want it to unravel. And then I got a longer piece of yarn and cut a bit off to wrap around the center. And then you tie it in a nice tight knot to try and get it tight enough so that the little pieces don't fall off, and I'll hold it with my finger there just to get the second part of the knot going. Really tight. Keep those extra strings out of the way because you don't want to cut them. So what you're going to do is you're going to take 1/2, take your scissors, nice long skinny ones work the best, nice and sharp for cutting fabric is the best, and you slice right through the middle. And you can go back and make sure everything got cut. Some might be a little bit shorter than others, so you can cut through those that you missed, and just pull it out to make it a little bit more even. Make sure you get those strings out of the way again and go to the other side. You don't have to cut all the way through like I am at once if you want to be a little bit more careful with yours. And then you just fluff it out. You can add some extra trimming, or you can pull it a little bit if you find it's not quite even enough. Take those two long threads that you've got and put it through your little wire wreath and tie it on. It can be a little bit floppy, so you could tie it loose or tight depending on the position you have and the way you want it to fall. And then keep on wrapping, and there you go, you're done. Just do that a whole bunch more times. So this was a foam wreath, and I could only find black pins. I wish I could have found a different color, but that's okay, it's black and white. Sequined string, wrap it around, pin it, And I added a little bow for extra. This one I bought a black wreath because I wanted sort of a black sort of themed Christmas this year. And I again went to Michael's and the dollar store and got some decorations to just put through and tie on the back, and a little sign to hang in the middle. These were little picture frames that I had sitting around, and I decided to make Christmas themed, and I will probably do the other side in Halloween a little bit later to make them multi-purpose or multi-holiday. So I just have had them sitting around for a while, so I just gave it a little bit of a cleanup on the glass so it wasn't so dusty. So I cut a piece of cardstock that would fit inside the frame. Basically from the piece that came in it, I just measured that and cut it the same size, and I left out the other bits, and then I cut squares from die cuts to go inside. I decided I wanted 6 little mini pictures to decorate it with, and I think they ended up being around 2 by 2 squares. Pretty sure that's right. And I got some different but coordinating paper designs to use as backgrounds. I wanted to make sure that everything was nice and even as possible. And I put some double-sided tape on the back, nice and strong, so it'll hold those down nicely. And then place them back where I wanted them. Punched out some, well, a moose shape with the punch, and I stamped his little scarf that comes in the stamp set and colored it and stuck that on, and then I used some dimensional dots to put him on top, and then I did the same thing with some other designs and words and things that I wanted. Stick them down to make a little scene on each square. From that same stamp set, I think everything, or almost everything, was, except for the deer, which was die cut from a set of Christmas die cuts I have, and then I put it back in the frame, and that's how it turned out. And then I decided to do a second one with other colors. Same process. Cut out all the squares and the fancy paper. Lined everything up the way that I wanted it, and I think I hand cut out everything from this stamp set because it doesn't have any die cuts. Everything I used was from Stampin' Up! It's all their designs for the stamps and the phrases, and also the paper is from Stampin' Up! And even the markers I colored with and the sequins I'm using to add snowflakes and sparkle to this one. So that's about it. And I stuck that in a frame and you can see how it looked. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye!